welcome. Who is ready to reveal and unbox some special edition books? Because I know I am. It's been a while on this channel since we have opened my monthly subscriptions because girl's been busy with advent calendars. Check the series up there. But it has meant that I have these 4 books from October, and not only that, we've got these 4 books from November, so we're going to be opening 8 special edition books today. So if that sounds like a good bookish time to you, well, you are in the right place. And hey, if you are new here, firstly, hello, welcome. My name is Cherry. If you would like, you can click the subscribe button. 8 special edition books, 8 sprayed edges, plus items. Let's start with the October books. Where to start with so many books? So I think I'm going to start off with the Locked Library book from October because they have done a little satin to their box this month. I'll show you what they normally look like, which is this. So it's like a little special box, which is quite exciting. Let's get through the little seal. I'm very good at staying away from spoilers of these books. These are always packed very well. Right, let's go. Okay, so this is called The Macabre, and this is by an author called Kosoko Jackson. It looks quite dark, but look at this foiling when you do this. Bam. I will also look at the spine, which looks like this, and the back, ooh, shiny, shiny. So this is a Locked Library exclusive, and it says, so my question is, what do you do when art scares you? I stare right back at it. And then time for the sprayed edge. Da, 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 da. Oh, it's spooky. It's the same character on the front. Yeah, I think this is going to be a creepy read. I will show you in more detail. There we go. Got some grasses at the bottom, and it is just a block black sprayed edge on the bottom and the top, or the top and the bottom. You know what I meant. Okay, let's open it on up and have a look at the artwork. So here it is. So there are 2 silhouette characters, and one has kind of like, I don't know, they kind of look like veins or vines wrapped around them. I'm also going to have a look at the artwork at the back. So it looks like the same characters, but one has gone into the water. It's looking very eerie, that's for sure. Oh, I guess we're talking about the foiling now. Okay. A picture is worth 1,000 nightmares. Okay, and that is in an art frame. This is the foiling on the spine, and it's blank on the back. Struggling painter Lewis Dixon can't shake the feeling that there's something powerful and slightly disturbing about his work, especially when the British Museum begins to show a surprising interest in his most horrifying piece, a recreation of one of his ancestors' infamous paintings. He accepts their invitation only to be met with a test, to see if he possesses the magic necessary to enter the paintings and the strength to escape them, because his ancestors' pieces carry unnatural abilities and a terrible curse, and Lewis must destroy them all. Under orders from the museum and partnered with handsome agent Noah, Lewis plunges into a world of black markets, gothic magic, and unspeakable terror. But if he's to succeed, he'll have to locate the long-lost final work, and its powers might be the most devastating of all. This might have to be my next October read. I've got a little collection of spooky reads that I just didn't get round to this season. Now inside we are greeted with our Locked Library exclusive letter from the author Kosoko. So those are exclusive to this book, which is quite exciting. So yeah, that is book number 1 that I had delivered for October. Let's move on to the next book. Next up, sticking with the Locked Library company, this is Forbidden Wings. So this is by the same company as Locked Library, but this is their Romantasy subscription. So we've had fantasy and now we have romantasy, which is definitely a little bit of me. So let's dive straight on into October's Forbidden Wing. Right, let's reveal the next book. Ooh, I love the foiling. This is very, very shiny. So here we have the Dead Poet Sorority. It says romance isn't dead, but he is. And this is by an author called Sophia Shelley. I mean, it's very lovely. We have some kind of like little planchettes here that you have on Ouija boards. At least I think that's what it's meant to be. We have a little crescent moon, some stars, some very lovely pink leaves all around it. Let's take a look at the spine. It looks like this, and let's take a read of the back. Oh my god, that's so foiled. I summoned myself a poet, and now he's all mine. The sisterhood could go to hell. I wasn't one to share. Let's take a look at these sprayed edges. Okay, I mean, it's very pink. We have a crystal divination ball there, some more planchettes, a sun, a moon. We also have it on the top and the bottom as well. I mean, it's a very nice kind of pink and silver and black book. I like the kind of color palette that they have gone for. Let's open it and see what the inner... Ooh, this is something a little bit different. Oh! There's a cat called Minerva. It looks like a yearbook. So maybe it's based in school. So we're being introduced to our characters. You know what? I wish that more books would actually have something like this in their books. Then you can kind of get a better visual if you don't know what the character looks like. So yeah, I really do rate that. Let's take a quick look at the back pages. So it's the exact same, but they have been doodled. So apparently Griffin is a nerd. We have dreamy Nathaniel Harker and Kimberly Wells. It says do not trust her evil, and Vivian's a brainiac. So maybe a little bit of a hint towards what their characters are going to be like, but I like this. It's kind of like a little bit like the Burn book with the crossing out, like do not trust her. Right, let's take a read there. Oh no, I keep being distracted by foiling. This is maybe a spoiler in itself, but it says in loving memory of Nathaniel Harker, and there's like a bright hot pink gravestone. This is what the foiled spine looks like too. So let's take a read. He's handsome, funny, and a real romantic. Unfortunately, he's dead. When student journalist Emma goes undercover to investigate a secret society resurrecting long-dead literary icons, she expects to discover nothing more than a group of college girls with Ouija boards. What she doesn't expect is to accidentally summon the spirit of never quite famous poet Nathaniel Harker. Now Emma's got a brooding, besotted 19th century poet following her around, but whilst initially determined to write the article of a lifetime, she quickly discovers that the lure of her very own love-struck, tortured poet is hard to resist. However, as they fall for each other, Emma realizes the sorority sisters are onto her ghostly secret. It's up to her to keep her poet safe no matter what the cost. But will protecting Nathaniel also mean losing him forever? And it says how to lose a guy in 10 days meets ghosts in this quirky, gothic, dark academia romance. Sign me the hell up. Oh cool, there's a playlist in here. That's cool. Oh, this is very cool. It's got Bad Omens, it's got Paramore, Linkin Park as well, Coldplay, Nate Smith and Avril Lavigne. That's cool that they've kind of given you a playlist to go with the vibe of the book. I'm guessing that's what it is. Very nice. Okay, the second book of today. Let's move on then to Owlcrate. So here it is, Owlcrate from October 2025. Let's dive straight on into this, because this one is going to be an adult fantasy book. We've got some wiggly worms. Let's take a look. It's called Red City by Marie Lou, and there is like a ghosty winged lion. There's also a ghosty fox there. Okay, I like the little hints of foiling, because not only is it gold foiling, I don't know if you can see here, it's also a little iridescent, and when it catches the light it goes a little bit rainbow, which is very nice. Like, look at that. So let's take a look at the spine, fairly simple, and then on the back it says one becomes the other becomes the one. So this is the sprayed edge. Not my favourite, I've got to say. There is one on the top and there is also one on the bottom, but let's open it on up to see what the book looks like. First things first, here it is. We've got a rainy window in what looks to be a library, and then let's flip to the back. We have, oh, when you win the game of power, Who do you lose? Alchemy is the hidden art of transformation, an exclusive power wielded by crime syndicates that market it to the world's elites in the form of sand, a drug that enhances those who take it into a more perfect version of themselves. More beautiful, more charismatic, and simply more. Among the gleaming skyscrapers and rolling foothills of Angel City, alchemy is controlled by two rival syndicates. For years, Grand Central and Lumines have been balanced on a razor's edge between polite negotiation and outright violence. But when two childhood friends step into that delicate equation, the city and the paths of their lives will be irrevocably changed. The daughter of a poor single mother, Sam, would do anything to claw her way into the ranks of Grand Central in search of a better life. Plucked away from his family as a boy to become a Lumine's apprentice, Ari is one of the syndicate's brightest rising stars. Once they might have loved each other, but as the two alchemists face off across opposite sides of an escalating conflict, ambition will become power, loyalty will become lies, and no transformation may be perfect enough for them both to survive the coming war. Now I know that Owlcrate... Oh! We've got a reversible cover! Okay, let's check that out first then. So here is the reversible cover, which is more like an illustrative style. I do quite like the spine of that. I think I prefer the already cover, like the cover on the front of it already. Let's take a look at the actual book itself then. Dust jacket less. Oh, that's pretty. Look at the sunset and the characters. Then we have, oh, I like that spine actually. That's cute. And then we have the characters on the back as well. All right, that's quite exciting. And here we have inside an Owlcrate letter from the author. And these ones actually are authentically signed with a marker, so that is not print. So that's added a little bit more of a personal touch from the author anyway. So that's quite nice. Let's pop its little coat back on before it gets cold. That brings us on to Illumicrate. Now, Illumicrate is a book subscription, but it also has items in the subscription that I went for. You can get them book only, which maybe eventually I will go for, but I do quite like showing you the items as well. So let's dive in. So Illumicrate, the genre is just fantasy. Ooh. The October theme is in every life. That's the little cheat sheet, but no, we don't want spoiling right now. This is the overview. Let's take this out. Little spoilers. Let's start with this box here. So this says it's the Eternal Life book pot. Does it not? I don't know if it's inspired by anyone. Normally if it's inspired by an existing book, they will say inspired by author la la la. Maybe it's just something that Illumicrate has made for its readers. Oh, it's going to be a book vase. Oh, that's a pretty one. So it says, A Soul's Guide to Eternal Life. It says rebirth, metempsychosis, and it says eternality. And then we have discover insider knowledge to help navigate your immortality. So these are very sweet. You can literally pop them on a bookshelf or a surface. You can, I think they look nice with dried flowers in, but obviously you could use this as a regular vase or for like cuttings. That's probably one of the nicest things that I've got out of an Illumicrate box so far. So yeah, that is very pretty. The next item is in here and it says it's the Immortal Ascension Shaker keyring, inspired by heaven's official blessing by an author's name that I really don't want to butcher. Oh, that's pretty. Oh wait, peely peely peely. There we go. Now you can see that it's like a butterfly keyring, but inside, that's what it meant by a shaker keyring. So inside there's a little dagger, there's a sword, and there's an umbrella. It's quite nice. I like that it's a shaky one. It's like a little bit of a fidget. Next up, ooh, there's something very exciting in there. We've got Worlds Collide Cross Stitch Kit. And this is inspired by Godly Heathens by H.E. Edgemon. Let's get in here then. So this is going to be like an embroidery, I'm guessing it's going to be an embroidery hoop. Yes, it is. Wow, they have actually included everything. It has been many, many years since I've even attempted to do a cross stitch. So they do give you the base with the artwork to stitch over on. Your hoop would look something like this once you've popped it in, and then it would be quite taut, and then you've got all of the threading in all the colours that you need. Is this something that I'm going to sit and carefully do? Probably not. Let's move on. This looks like it could be some sort of bag. So it says, The Cruelest Fate Packing Cubes, inspired by Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stevens. It says 1,000 years of you. We have threads, we have swords. Let's open it on up and see. Are they packing cubes? Did I just read that they were packing cubes? They are packing cubes. If you've never used one before, highly recommend them. They are great for travel. Look, this will pop into a cube, then you can put all of your t-shirts, roll them up, and then we also have another one in the same design but a different colour. I find packing cubes a very useful thing, so the fact that I've got fantasy themed ones now, fabulous. I do like a practical product, I must say. Which leaves us the Illumicrate October book. Right, so this is the back of the book. Let's turn around and reveal. Ooh, it's called The Isle in the Silver Sea by Tasha Suri. Look at the way the character is like holding her face. It's giving a little bit spicy on the front cover. Let's open it. So here they are. I mean, they're both looking absolutely gorgeous. I want to see what the back artwork is too. There they are. Ooh, drinking from a chalice. Okay, let's take a read. From World Fantasy Award-winning author Tasha Suri comes The Isle in the Silver Sea, a heart-shattering, standalone romantasy of sapphic longing, medieval folklore, and a love that spans the centuries. In an England fueled by stories, the knight and the witch are fated to fall in love and doom each other over and over, the same tale retold throughout hundreds of lifetimes. Simran is a witch of the woods. Vinna is a knight of the Queen's court. When the two women begin to fall for each other, how can they surrender to their desires when to give in is to destroy each other? As they seek a way to break the cycle, a mysterious assassin begins targeting tales like theirs. To survive, the two will need to write a story stronger than the one that fate has given to them. But what tale is stronger than the knight and the witch? That sounds up my street. Right, let's have a look. Oh my god. Hello. Beautiful, beautiful book. This is the front cover. The foiling, the illustration. Oh my god. This is the spine, which is gorgeous. And then this is the back as well, just to give a little bit of world building. And let's take a look at that sprayed edge, because you thought I'd forgotten, hadn't you? Here it is. We've got like some sort of water and waves. It goes along the bottom like so. And then the top is like this with a little bit of an ombre. The whole book's beautiful. Illumicrate do know how to make very good looking books. Okay, I do believe that we have opened all of the October books, but hey, before you consider clicking off, don't worry, we've still got the November books to go in this video. I've got 4 more boxes to get through, but let's take a look at all of the books from October and see how we feel about them. So here are the books from October. Now, I feel like they've all been chatting to each other because the palettes are very similar. It's kind of like reds and maroons and crimsons, like these could fit together. Visually, I think the one that I like the most is probably The Isle in the Silver Sea, followed closely by Macabre because it's just spooky, and also I quite like the sound of this one. It sounds a little bit different, like cursed paintings. I also really like the sound of Red City. Here is all the sprayed edges. I feel like my favourites are probably from Macabre with the spooky painting, and maybe the one from The Isle in the Silver Sea because I quite like the waves. I think my least favourite sprayed edge was the Red City, followed by Poet's Dead Sorority. Let's move on because we got more books. My bookcases. I need more. I have a new subscription for us. This is Page and Wick. Now you can, I think, get Page, the book, and a candle, but I have gone for the book only ones because if I have more candles, I think I might get told off. This says A New World Awaits. So let's open it and see what is inside. I've never opened a Page and Wick before. Okay, we're looking good. It's nicely packaged. Let's see what their books are like then. So here we have Secrets of the Dead by Laura Carter. I mean, firstly, can we appreciate that cover? We have some sort of castle on there, some beautiful blue, kind of looks like either blue magic or smoke or something. We've got moons. The foiling is foiling, that's for sure. It's also got an iridescent foil on the spine, so it looks a little rainbowy. Here's the back. Oh, why have they done that? Is it a good peel at least? Or is it gonna rip and have sticky residue? Oh, no, it's done that. I mean, I'll leave that for another time, but this... Don't do it! Okay, well, not happy about the sticker, but let's talk about the book. It says, a woman raises her voice when she is not being listened to. A man raises his voice when he is not being obeyed. Let's take a look at the sprayed edge. I mean, that is a very nice edge. Here it is in all of its glory. It looks like a stained glass window. Yes, that's probably the nicest sprayed edge of the video so far. We also have it on the top and the bottom, which is rather beautiful. And then when we open it, oh yes, look at that. And then on the back, is the same. A princess dealing with the trauma of her past, an assassin who rules the kingdom underworld, a disgraced woman banished by her family, the grandson of a usurper. When an explosion kills all the royal families in the kingdom of Novicia, 4 unlikely heirs are forced to take their parents' place. Naive and inexperienced, the rulers must not only learn to lead their realms, but grapple with their newly heightened powers. To uncover the mystery of their family's deaths, the 4 must come together to uncover the truth. But as secrets are revealed, and a prophecy predicts one of them will destroy the kingdom, no one can be trusted, not even the dead. Let's take a look through the pages. I don't know if... Oh, it is hand-signed in a lovely gold by Laura Carter. Very beautiful handwriting, I must say. And then wondering if there's a dear reader. So I'm guessing this, yeah. So it is an honor to tell you that you're holding the first special edition of Secrets for the Dead. Fabulous. So that's a little special letter to us. Now, for a grand reveal of Under the Dust Jacket... All right, Page Wick, welcome to the book subscription club, because that is absolute. Oh, on the back as well. That is so beautiful. It's that kind of iridescent silver all around on like a nice hard cover. Okay, Page Wick, colour me very curious to the rest of your books that you're going to come out with. I cannot wait. Let's move on to the locked library for November. The next book is here. I love the colours already. Oh yes, oh yes, oh this is a bit of me. Just from looking at that cover, that is giving like autumn fantasy. We've got like a fancy moth, mushrooms, we've got these character elves, we've got elfish people. This is The Wicked Lies of Habron Fair by Anna Fiteni. I'm loving the kind of warm orange coppery foiling. We have the spine, wow, that's a beautiful copper as well. And then we have the back of the book and it says Unwaith, I'm guessing it means once upon a time. So we have discovered that this is Welsh for once upon a time. First impressions of how beautiful this is this is the most me book of the day now. I love it. Let's take a look at the sprayed edge. Again, beautiful. A nice block green on the top and the bottom. Kind of wish it was like that all the way around, but that's okay. Let's open it on up and see what the artwork is like then. So we have 2 characters here in rather lovely dresses. I love that she has a little mushroom in her basket. And on the back, we have some lovers. I mean, let's read about it. Lovely deer there under an apple tree, like an orchard. My only talent is lying. Father says it will serve me well. Ceridwen Parry has run away with the fairies, but this is not her story. For Sabrina Parry, life in 19th century Wales is cruel. With her father in prison, it falls to her to protect her family and marry off her 6th sister Ceridwen. Then Ceridwen vanishes into the eerie woods, and Sabrina Sabrina is drawn into a beautiful but deadly world of fairies and monsters of old. Soon she realizes fairyland is far more dangerous than she ever expected. So when an annoyingly handsome fairy offers her a deal, Sabrina is forced to accept to save her sister. But as with all fairy bargains, there is a heavy price. And if Sabrina doesn't pay with her life, she will surely pay with her freedom or her heart. Yes. Sign me up. Let's take the dust jacket off. Oh yes, green and copper. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Once upon a time down there. I mean, that is just absolute. Look at the detailing. Look at it. Look at it. Here is the spine, back is blank. Overall, I really like the aesthetics of this, and this story is probably one that I'm most excited to read out of the books we've opened today. But hey, we've still got more books to go. Let's open The Forbidden Wing, the romantasy book of the month. Let's get into this. They do beautiful wrapping. La, la, la. Oh, got some feet. Oh, it's witchy! Yes! This is Spellfire by Agatha Willow. These are the characters. I love that this is looking romantic already. I love all the flowers. I love the foiling. You know what? I love the warmth of the illustration on this cover. I think it's very inviting. Let's take a look at the spine. It kind of wraps around, which is quite lovely. And then onto the back, it says, I feel like we are magic right now. Magic in the form of two people in love. Oh! Oh, she's beautiful. Look, we have these kind of raw crystal clusters, and it goes all the way around. That is so lovely. I like that sprayed edge, and inside some lovely, lovely artwork. Oh, I want to dive into this. It looks so cozy and magical. And I'll take a look at the artwork on the back. Oh, I think they've reused the artwork as well. So it's not just Page and Wick that does that. Let's take a read then. The witch is back. Bryn swore she would never go back to Grimoire Academy, but when her beloved former professor passes away and leaves her prized spellbook library to Bryn, she's forced to return. Bryn isn't planning on staying long, but then she runs into former queen of Grimoire Academy, Amelia Hexford, now headmistress. When Amelia begs Bryn to stay and teach the former professor's classes, Bryn's so flustered by the beautiful witch that she accidentally agrees to stay for the semester. Amelia was always too cool for Bryn at school, but now the staff room is too small a place to hide in. As the unlikely pair spend more time together, Bryn and Amelia might just find themselves spellbound by something other than magic. Okay, let's take a look at what this looks like without the dust jacket. Oh, that's very academic. We have a kind of crest with two broomsticks. Very much love that. So this is Grimoire Academy. This is the spine. I do love that. I love the kind of plum colour of this with the foiling. I think it's a nice mix. Inside we have our Forbidden Wing reader letter. Look, sounds pretty good to me. Love a good witchy book. I love a good romance. So that's going on my TBR. My TBR is longer than like the Great Wall of China at this point. Let's move on to the last book of the video then. This is November's Illumicrate. So we do have items with this one as well. Let's get in and see what they have in store for us. Ooh, the theme is academic rivals. Let's start with this then. We have what looks to be some sort of patch. So this is the Demon at the Gates iron-on patch, and this is inspired by A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. It's a very nice sized patch. I haven't read this book, so maybe it will mean something to all of you that perhaps have read this book. But for me, I can take it or leave that item at the moment, but let's carry on because what is this? It says the most noble of Academy's laundry bag. So this is inspired by Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida something I can't pronounce. Let's take a look then. Oh, it's a good size. Ooh, I like that. But even not knowing it, I love the design. I like that it's black. That's very useful. Next up, we've got something that looks like a book. This is a jigsaw puzzle, the Illumicrate bookcase, and it's got 1,000 pieces. That is the spine, that is the back. I'm guessing this is what the puzzle is maybe going to be. I'm guessing these are all the books that they've maybe come out with, which is quite cool. Let's open it and see. Oh, they've even done little faux sprayed edges. Wow. Wow. Okay, I mean, you know what? I usually despise jigsaw puzzles in boxes and stuff like this, but this one looks really cool, and it looks like it would be difficult because of all of the kind of detail and how many books are on there. Look, the little ghosty. We've got all sorts of books. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I've read that. It's amazing. Everyone should read that. And here inside is the puzzle. Now, I'm not going to sit here and put a 1,000 piece puzzle together for you to see. I would be here for days. Trust me, I'm not very good at puzzles. However, as far as puzzles go, and I will also comment on the thickness of these. Sometimes you get like flimsy, crappy paper puzzles, not in Illumicrate. No, these are like a proper jigsaw thickness. It seems like a good quality puzzle. That is a puzzle that does excite me and does make me kind of want to do a jigsaw, to be honest. And then I can find books as I go. And that brings us to the final book. Oh, no, it does not. There's another item hiding on the bottom. We've got an Illumicrate 2026 calendar, and the artwork is by Tamara Osborne. I was not expecting this. It's spiral bound, so let's take a look. So these are all of, oh, it's like all the characters, like, maybe, is it like a romanticy calendar? I'll flick through them so that you can see. But it looks like loads of kind of couples. Love, I mean, yes. Oh, that's fantastic. It even tells you the books that they're based on at the bottom. So this one, for example, is inspired by Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, which is actually on my bookshelf. So you can learn about where these characters are from. If any of them, like, oh, they look cool. It kind of makes you want to read the books. But now it is time for the book. Let's take a look at the front. Wow, wow, and wow. This is called A Rather Vengeful Accord by Danielle Knight. The character on the front looks like the best badass ever. Look at his mask. And is it a sword? I think it is a sword. The foiling, the runes. This is the spine, and this is the back. It says, insults demand answers. And, ooh, oh, pretty. Look at that. Lightning, and it's on all of the edges. That is stunning. Let's take a look in here. So we have two characters doing fencing. Well, it's probably not fencing, is it? It's probably just sword play. And then on the back, oh, romance in a forbidden library. Let's take a read. In Passion, Glory. At the elite college of St. Pentegasts, gravers raise the dead and turn corpses into unnatural abominations whilst spirers battle undead horrors in the grand arenas, thrilling crowds with the divine spectacle. Helen Kilquire would kill and resurrect anything to study graving at St. Pentegasts, but how cannot enlist alone? The only way she can secure admission is to enter a dangerous accord with her mortal rival, Alistair Fulton, a handsome, accomplished spirer and infuriating exiled scion of the great Fulton dynasty. As Hal and Alistair fight grisly creatures and ghastly peers side by side, Hal faces the horrors of necromancy and the revolting prospect of a romance with her own nemesis. Right, let's take a look at the front. Oh, pretty. So this is what the front looks like out of the dust jacket. The spine, stunning. The back, stunning. That's really pretty, actually. I like it. Oh, it's like the back, different sides of this. I'm guessing a statue or just the character. It kind of looks like a statue there. It looks good. It sounds pretty good. Let's take a look inside. So we have our Illumicrate reader letter. There are content warnings at the back, which I always like to have a little look through. Death, dead bodies, body horror, fighting, poisoning, neglect, bullying, all sorts of things. I like that books are doing that these days. They're putting like warnings of kind of sensitive topics that could arise. Overall though, looks gorgeous, sounds not so gorgeous but sounds intriguing. Let's take a look then at all four of the books for the November subscriptions. See what we like about them. So here are all the books. Now, just from a visual aesthetic point of view, I think this one was the winner for me. I just think it was very autumny, and also I love fae and fairies. Second for me, I liked the sound of Spellfire. It was giving a cozy, romantic, witchy read. I mean, all of the November books are actually lovely. I loved the look of this one. I mean, excuse me, Page and Wick, gorgeous. So that was beautiful in its own right, and I did like the last one as well. So overall, I think November books might have just been a little bit better than October books. I guess we'll wait and see what November has in store for us. But hey, there's going to be more books here, so make sure if you like these subscription box revealings, then make sure you're subscribed, because there are going to be December books coming, and I know that I should have, I think, maybe Locked Library, Forbidden Wing, Illumicrate, Owlcrate, and maybe Page and Wick. So there should be maybe 5 for December, so I'll see which ones arrive for you. But I have got so many beautiful books to add to my bookcase, which is already overflowing. It's becoming an issue now. Maybe I need to dial down the book subscriptions, but look at all the edges, absolutely stunned. Now, I would love to know, out of the October books and the November books, what book caught your eye or your ear the most? What do you like the sound of, plot-wise, and which ones did you like the look of visually? What edges did you like? Let's have a little chatteroo down there in the comments. And if you got this far in the video, firstly, thank you for hanging out with me today. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon for more book unboxings. But for now, well, I better go make myself a cup of hot chocolate or something, snuggle down with a book, and get some of my TBR read, because it just gets longer on the daily and on the monthly. I'm going to be just a girl in a house surrounded by books sooner rather than later, I think. See you later, guys. Bye!